So I so this is the video about a meditation. I don't do personal meditations because I am not into restrictive academic kind of meditation, and I never receive messages like sitting at one place. Sometimes it's just that I receive messages in the visual symbolic ways, mental images, pictures, um, music, sounds, not music rather, but certain dialogues will play in my mind at the right time. Certain visuals of the pictures, movie will play. So I was just creating another video and I was getting ready, and I was, I just, I think unconsciously, I was just worried about this creating this video. I unconsciously said that um, you just you just don't worry about anything. But my expression or my gesture was like this: don't worry about everything. Just don't worry about everything. So this expression is basically, then certainly I was reminded of a show which is called the a very famous show I watch, which is Monica the Medium. She does that in the first episode, giving reading to someone, and her expression kept coming back into my mind that don't worry about anything, just be proud of yourself. That is what his dad was saying from the other side, and she was just saying that in her own style. So that was basically Angel saying that do you are going to do fine in this. In the previous video which I did, second time I shot, and because it was a very complex video, so I was worried about the duration and I'm going to miss some things because this is why I was shooting this second time. So anyways, so this three videos I bought. First was Angel Therapy. These I bought together. They showed up in second hand online posts. Healing with the Angels, Angel Medicine. Now why I'm showing this is because I was I last month I think I read a post of someone was saying that people, like, there are certain type of, like, a lot of self talking, self sabotage happens when we sit for the meditation. For that I may create another video. I have already explained in the comments. I have that source, so I will record it from there only. And I think this is the simple way of just recording it from my comments. And most probably a channel when I'm just giving information to someone rather than sitting alone and doing that. It just naturally comes out. So um, I'm going to read rather the very effective uh, meditations which Doreen Virtue has written, and I love those meditations. I don't do basically meditation. I just, if I sit down, I have a vivid experiences. Messages are very clear. Basically, I'm not in my own body. Basically, so if I don't, then I also receive the messages. But I'm just in chaos. Sometimes I write, sometimes I don't write. So I think some messages are going to help very naturally, and these are very good messages because these books are not into print, because she has gone back to her faith, and I will not be speaking about that anymore, but she has gone back to her faith, into the Christianity. And so we will start from the first meditation, and I will tell you one thing beforehand. I had certain experiences, but I am not going to share in this video, because then you will expect those experiences, or you may say I had those experiences. So I just, because I have listened to them or I have read them, because I have not read those experiences. Those experiences showed up in her another video, in her another book, which I talked to ChatGPT and it let me know, yes, these are true. But I didn't had that book. And there was one another book in which they showed up, and I don't have that book either. So I'm going to start with the first, which is very helpful if you don't know how to meditate, if you don't know how to clear your mind. Listen to this. Deep form cleaning. Imagine pouring a pitcher of white foaming liquid cleanser into the body through the crown chakra opening at the top of the head. See and feel this foam pouring over and into each chakras. The foam quickly deep cleans all green grease and debris from the inside and outside of each chakra. Then ask Archangel Raphael to pour liquid green light is inside of you to wash away all the foam and the debris until your chakras are sparkling green. So this is the first cleaning kind of a um, meditation. Now second is an white light meditation. See or feel a beam of bright white light entering through the top of your head and extending deep into your body. See the white light first clean, polish and enlarge your ruby red root chakra at the base of your spine. Next, see or feel the white light clear and enlarge the bright orange chakra midway between your navel and your root chakra. Then white light cleanses and increases the yellow solar plexus chakra directly behind your navel. After that, the white light warms your chest and increases the size and clarity of your emerald green heart chakra. The white light then opens, clears, and enlarges your light blue chakra in your Adam's apple area. Next, the white light awakens, cleanses, and increases your indigo blue third eye chakra located between your physical two eyes. After that, the white light opens up and clear your ear chakras, which are above each eyebrow. Finally, the white light passes back through your royal purple chakra at the top of your head. All your chakras are equally large in size and are all growing with white light from the inside. So, this is the white light. This is the white light cleansing kind of meditation that you can do. I have done both. I resonate with actually both of them, but I think I like the most the deep foam cleansing. This is my preference. It's not that I can't imagine the white light, I can do that, but I feel more easy one is the deep foam cleaning. Second, the next is the etheric code cutting. This is etheric code cutting meditation. When we have fear-based attachment to a person or an object, we form spiritual leashes to keep the person or object from leaving or changing. These leashes look like the surgical tubings, or they grow larger as a function of the length and intensity of the relationship. So the large cords are to parents, siblings, and often of other long time intense relationships. The cords are hollow tubes. Then energy runs back and forth between the attached persons. These are fear-based cords, which are always unhealthy and based upon dysfunction. They have nothing to do with the love or the healthy part of the relationship. Cutting cords isn't abandoning or divorcing a person, it's releasing the unhealthy part of the relationship. Etheric cords are also unrelated to the silver cord, which attaches to the soul to the body, which attaches the soul to the body. The love and the silver cord can't be accidentally severed. Let's say that you have a cord attached to a friend or relative who is feeling depressed or needy. That person will bring draining energy from you, like siphoning fuel at a gas station. You will feel tired without knowing why. No amount of caffeine, exercise, or sleep will be able to revive your energy. If the source is etheric draining. I firmly believe that chronic fatigue syndrome stems from people being draining of energy through etheric cords. Many people I have worked with have regained their energy levels just through using this simple method of cutting cords. If the person you are ethically attached to become angry, their anger energy will come tumbling through the etheric cords straight into your body and the chakra. This can result in physical pain that seems to have no cause and which is unresponsive to the treatment. People who are professional helpers, such as teachers, counselors, and healers, often have a lot of cords attached to their students and patients. The same is true with the individuals who are always helping needy friends and relatives. So it's important to cut cords after every session of helping someone or when you feel physically pain or lethargy without any apparent reason. Cords can grow back if the relationship resumes with the fear mingled in it. New cords are thinner, so less energy can be drained from you or tossed at you. Next one is the cord cutting with Archangel Michael. Michael carries a sword that cuts all attachment to the negativity. Simply think the thought, Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Please cut the cords of the fear that are draining my energy and vitality. Sit quietly while he cuts your cords. He will send you healing energy through the several severed cords, severed cords to both you and the other person. Sensitive people will feel bodily and air pressure changes as Michael cut the cords, followed by increased energy and reduction of or cessation of pain. Next is cutting stubborn cords. Next meditation. Michael can only cut cords if you are willing to let go of old resentments that are associated with the person to whom you are attached. If you are holding on to anger or unforgiveness, the cords won't cut. In these cases, as you use the method described above, where you call upon Michael, also add the following as you think about the person. I am willing to trade all the pain for peace. I ask for peace to replace any pain now. In addition to the two methods, next is cutting specific cord. In addition to the two methods above, I recommend going through the step. Think of this specific individual one by one and holding the intention of cutting cords of fear associated with them, mother, father, siblings, past or present lovers. These are the specific relationships that most often yield cords associated with physical pain. Okay, next is actually there are a lot of, so I think I'll be reading few more. Brissy anti, I don't know, icky sticky foam. Brissy anti icky sticky foam kind of, I think, cords they are talking about and how to cut them. While in Brisbane, which is affectionately called Brissy, pronounced Brizzy in Australia, I noticed that new attachments are similar to spider webs in that they are thin and sticky. Michael Swartz stuck to these cords like a knife going through a web. I asked Archangel Raphael for help and he gave me this method. So this is the method for if there are certain sticky kind of spider webs kind of cords which are very hard to cut. See or feel Archangel Michael approaching you with a can of cleansing foam, which he sprays all over your body. This foam, similar to oven cleaner, instantly dissolve fear-based cords attached to new or short-term relationships. Once the foam has completely dissolved the cords, Raphael sprays clean the foam away with a hose of green healing liquid. You are now free of all small cords and should notice an increase in energy level. Next is, I'm not going to read this addiction code cutting. I am feeling pain in my throat. Okay, vacuuming with Archangel Michael. So this is the last method I will be talking about. This is a method I have discussed in other books, but it bears repeating since it's so effective for healing. I have also did that and I did receive some very interesting experiences. With this method, you and Archangel Michael are vacuuming away lower energies such as psychic debris, fearful energies, and entities. You can use this technique on yourself or on other people who give you permission to spiritually heal them. You ask for the permission silently by mentally contacting the other person's higher self. This method is especially effective for calming hyperactivity, lessening aggressive behavior, decreasing addictive cravings, and smoothing out mood swings. Think of the person whom you wish to vacuum, yourself or another person. Mentally ask Archangel Michael to join you along with the band of mercy angels. Notice that Michael is carrying a vacuum tube. Decide whether to turn the vacuum suction speed on low, medium, or high or extra high. Work with Michael to place the vacuum tube in through the crown chakra and into the person's head. Vacuum all around the inside of the head, suctioning away any areas of darkness. Pay attention to the areas around the jaw and the around the brain. Vacuum down into the throat and then move the vacuum tube into the chest cavity. Notice any area of darkness and work with Michael to direct the vacuum tube to these areas to suction the lower energies away. If you notice any other area of redness which indicates physical pain, send loving energy from the heart or hands to that area. Vacuum all of the organs, including the ovaries on the female and prostate on the male. Send the vacuum tube down along the spinal column and through the arms into the fingers. Be sure to vacuum the tips of the fingers where the darkness sometimes hides. After the upper body is clean, vacuum down into the lower body, the legs, the kneecaps, lower legs, ankles, feet, and toes. Once the body is completely cleared, Michael will reverse the switch on the vacuum. Now, toothpaste like liquid white light emerges from vacuum tube, sparkling like diamond white. Caulking material CAULKING. Caulking material. It fills up the entire body and heals and balances any forms areas of distress. We thank Archangel Michael and his band of mercy angels for this healing and clearing. Now I think there is an shielding protection also, but my throat is so heavy, like it pains when I talks a lot, and there is a symbolical meaning of, I think in the past life I have been in the past, because somewhere I have read about in her book, she said also it pains a lot. Let me read you from that. I already have decided I wanted to read that. Yeah, I think I want to read this para. Um, at the same time I was finishing the book, I would feel anxious at times, which occasionally made me procrastinate when I thought about sitting down and typing. Finally, after prayerful discussion with my angel, I concluded that these anxieties were related to past life, where I have been dash for revealing the type of information I present in this book. Stephen did my past life work with me, and we found that I had my throat dashed in one life and had been hung in another life for being a teacher of this kind of work. Immediately after he revealed this, a deep craggy red line with dry skin formed around my neck. If it took a full week for it to disappear, when it did, the anxiety healed along it with it. And then she says that she was able to finish her book, and she often had these symptoms of feeling pain or throat or something like fever, something, a lot of problems. So there was one more para. I'm not right now. It's not coming in top of my mind. Otherwise, I would have read that also. But I want to I want to say that in short, not putting too much focus on myself. Sorry, but I did find that whenever I wanted to write something, talk about something, I always since child had the fear of keeping the things very close to my heart. Now, there are influences certain which are accommodating from this lifetime that gave rise to these experiences. But basically, what I've learned is that certain past life traumas which we bring into our life, for example, the fear of sharing the knowledge or the fear of being authentic, is always soul choose to come into the next life to heal it. But sometimes what it does is to wake up the intuition and to decipher which one is this life and which life is personal life, to enhance and find these intuitive abilities. Soul connect it with the certain similar type of experiences where you would have experienced this fear of being dash, and that is very similar to the situation happened in the past life, so we couldn't decipher. For that, need an where the soul know that it will wake up the intuitive abilities for this life purpose. So this is how I would like to conclude on this. But I would say do try this meditation I have talked about. These are very good meditations. I have tried twice or thrice, and the experiences I will be talking about in the next video, because I don't want people to feel that they have influenced those experiences because they have already listened to it and they have already known about it. Or it's a very strong validation when I ChatGPT gave me this. I explained the experiences and I said, does that happen? And he brought me two authors, Doreen Virtue and one another author who is also a healer. While doing the healing process, she experiences those very specific, very specific experiences that I experienced, which I was mind-boggling to me. How can this connect in what way? Which are very specific. So I please do try those meditations, and I'm sure if you are newcomer and don't know how to start with meditation, this is a very good way of visualizing. Oh, thank you, Archangel, for reminding me. There's a very good medium of visually interpreting and focusing the eyes on experiences so that you can feel those energies changing within you. What I mean by that was, when I was doing one time, I was doing a meditation, certainly at a certain place. I have been like doing this for like 5 years, on and off, on and off. I don't do really meditations, but after some time, I like maybe 6 months after, then 1 month, maybe then another 6 months after, or 2 months after, then if I sit for meditation, I do get this some kind of very enlightening answer or statements I would blabber out. So I found myself speaking in this meditation once, not this meditation, another meditation. Before these meditations, I used to do the Teresa computer meditation, which were very great. And if anyone wants to know, I would put in the next video. But so I was not able to perceive. So I said in my mind, I also observe saying myself, if you can perceive certain reality, certain realm in the mind, in the vision, then the effects become accepting that your body and your energy and your like ego blockage open that gate and the light comes in, or certain experiences come in if you let those visuals play in your mind of the certain realms. So if you can, my simple line was, if I can perceive this in my mind, then the effects will come forward, then the effects will affect me, work with me. That was my aha moment, which made me realize. And yeah, also I want to say, when I said this, I also saw uh, a grand painting. I don't know, someone has seen a Michelangelo. I think it's Michelangelo's painting, where there's a lot crowd of people all around. So what I was basically referring to was, now I remember, was I was not talking about light. I was talking about, there are certain deities, angels, archangels work with us, but they are all present in the same realm. That is when my psyche showed me this picture. I was wondering, why did this picture showed up later after the meditation, and I was remembered that I searched about this with the about this painting, and this symbolically means is they are all present in the same realm. We can connect with whoever we want to place intention on. This was a symbolical suggestion how the angels or my psyche give me when I unable to understand or to pass me the message. So that is what I would finish with, that if you can perceive in your mind, the closed door will open for the body to experience. You need to just perceive in your mind a certain image, or maybe it's my way only. Maybe I'm visually channel a lot of information. Maybe if you interpret it in the form of audio, then you can perceive it that way. If you perceive through smell, if you perceive through body feelings, whatever is your way, that is the right way. My throat is killing me now. It's so heavy because I was first talking for 1 hour And then now I'm again talking. So I do recommend this book, Angel Medicine, in which she traveled to other places. And this book also showed up shortly after on another website. I came across this. This is the second part kind of her journey and to this book. This book has therapies and the journey she took, and this is only the journey book. This is the hardcover book, second hand. I think less than $2 in foreign currency. In $2. Okay, bye. 32 in this.